So I decided to make a short video to try and explain to you guys the number system. And this is a really cool little system that lets you understand chord structures and chord progressions in a song, or in a key of a song. So some of the advantages of this system, and the reason I'm showing it to you guys, is because it's really easy to understand with very little musical theory. If you see me looking up, I'm looking at notes here. The chord structures can be kind of told on the fly, so they're really good for leading or for doing improv worship, or anything like that. They're also keyless. The number system is keyless, so the numbers in this system don't rely on a key. So as long as you know your chords or your notes in a key, then it's really easy to change keys. And now I'll try and explain what that means. So the number system is based on the major scale. And you guys have all heard the major scale. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to use a C major scale. But that's, the major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do. You guys have all heard the major scale. There's different types of scales, as you can see there. But the primary scale, the one that dominates almost all of worship, almost all of pop music, is the major scale. And so the advantage of the number system here is we can play what we just played using or thinking about it in numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or back to 1, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And that's the same C major scale, but we're thinking about it in numbers. And so you can sort of think of the root note here, the C, as the root of the key, or the 1 of the key. So that's 1, and then the rest follows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So we'll look at a few examples in practical ways in a second, but this translates to any song which utilizes the major scale. So if we're talking, a song in B flat major, then that 1 is going to be B flat, and it's going to be the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Or F major, right? You get the idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Same thing. So whatever the key, we can use this numerical system, or this number system. And a really practical example is the melody that you've probably heard before in Reckless Love. And that's going to be, so we've got our chord. Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God. Oh, it chases me down, fights till I'm found, leaves that 99. So in numbers, we're singing 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, 4, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 5, 6, 5, etc., etc. So we can sing that melody and think about it in numbers. Now, where this gets really useful is when we apply the number system to chords in a major scale. For example, in C major, the chords in that scale are C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C major. The diminished thing doesn't really matter. It's just a weird type of chord that's not really major or minor. And it's not used very often. It's not super important. But that's always the pattern for a major scale, is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. And so again, we can think about that in numbers. And so we're going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And so if we use Reckless Love as an example again, we can start to see why this is really useful. The chords for that whole song pretty much are, oh, the 6 chord, then the 5 chord, then the 4 chord, then the 1, then a 6 chord, then the 5 chord, then the 4 chord, then the 1. Yeah, that's how we'd use numbers. So reckless love also shows one last important application, which is minor relative keys. I don't want to make this video so long. So with reckless love, for example, it's in the key of A minor, which is the relative minor of C major. And this idea isn't super important, but what it means is we can use the chords from our C major numbering system, except the key of the song, since it's an A minor, is going to be centered around the A minor chord, the sixth of C major. And so this has no practical difference. And so we can essentially say reckless love is, even though it's an A minor, we can essentially say it's in C major. 6, 5, 4, then 1. So that's how we'd apply that to chords. And to really make sense of this, I want to look at just a few examples. So Build My Life, it's originally recorded in G. So we'll play it in G. That means the 1 is going to be G major. So we have worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. Or 1 then to 4, no, no, no. 1 over 3 then to 4, no, 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 no. And the chorus will be 4, 4, then 2 minor, then 1 major. Oh, dang it. Major, then to the 6 minor, 4 to the 1, 2 minor, then to the 1 major, then to the 6 minor. So obviously, this is only a really useful tool if you really know the chords or the notes in a major key, and I can link that down below and kind of make sense of it. But with that knowledge, this system is super useful for improvisation, for me calling out chords to you guys, you know, just for transposing keys on a whim, no problem. And with the number system, you start to really hear the chords in a song and pick them out super easy. You know, like How He Loves. You can start to hear the chords and you can start to go, okay, 1, 6, 5, 4, you know. And so, yeah, that's the number system. It's super useful, super helpful. Hopefully it helped you out a little. It helped me out a lot. That's all.